Leadership, flashing with brilliance and excellence.
Light shine bright everywhere we go. Music for the people, making music for the people. Light shine bright everywhere we go. Light shine bright everywhere we go.
Leadership, impacting society with peace, love, and hope.
Everywhere we go. Music for the people, making music for the people.
Welcome to the James A. Hendricks School of Leadership. Hello. Jimmy Hendrick here. Listen, I did not go on the air yesterday on purpose. And here's why. I felt like after the rant, for the sake of the new love of my life, that I would back off for a while. So, what we're going to try is a little bit lighthearted, excuse me. We're going to do a Clinton parody. So get ready as we do the Clinton parody press conference, radio and newspaper. It is August 15th, 1996 in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Good morning. Yesterday was a conference in The Hague, Netherlands for Middle East peace. The negotiations went fairly well, but there's still a lot to prove. Israel is demanding that the partners of Jordan and Saudi Arabia condemn Hamas. Jordan's King Hussein said that he's amicable, but further negotiations are needed first, with maybe just a little less demands. To that end, I spoke this morning with Warren Christopher. Let's just say that he's sending Dennis Ross back home to New York and sending Madeleine Albright to Amman, Georgia, along with some of the UN delegation to solve this situation. Because the negotiations in the Middle East peace talks are good, but they're not ideal. They are far from ideal. Next, about the drug Yaba, which is also known as carrot. I spoke yesterday evening with ONDCP Director McCaffrey. He says that it has gone as far as spreading to New York as of mid-July of this year. Needless to say, he's planning on having every unionized local, state, and federal law enforcement on the ground, also non-unionized, to see what can be done to stop this distribution, because it's a serious problem. We will be keeping you up to date as to what's going on about this particular issue as the issue unfolds. Now, I'm open to 15 questions. Yes. Peter Owens of the Jackson Press. My question to you is this. The issue with the Diane Stone tell book uh, it stated that in June of 1978, you and Seth Stone sat down and said that because of Whitewater, Hillary had to be involved in supporting your campaign for governor. I will not comment on that. I refuse to comment on that. That's something that happened years ago, and I will not comment on that. All right, very well. One more question regarding Whitewater. Are you aware that Jim Guy Tucker's lawyers is asking for him to receive a suspended 4-year sentence due to the fact that he suffers of liver disease. Let me say this. I don't know what's true in this case. I don't know what's true. Some of it could be very much innuendo. If doctors prove it's competent and both parties are willing to accept that sentence, that's fine. Be honest with you, I think Starr slandered a fine good friend of mine. This is no more than just right-wing conspiracy partisan hack. And I don't wish to comment any further on that. Next. Cindy Everett of the Cheyenne Catholic Press. My question to you today is for this, sir. Why is welfare reform being blocked up in the Senate? And do you think it goes against mothers producing children? As I said, I don't see that there's any problem with that. Welfare reform is not meant to be a population control thing. It is bipartisan. It has bipartisan support. My domestic team in D.C. has been working on it for about 5 days now to try to get the Senate to pass the thing. Once it is passed, I will support that. Are you aware that the American Conference of Catholic Bishops are concerned about your reforms? I am. Last weekend, I was on the phone with Cardinal Law of Boston. He has voiced his concerns. And I have spoken to him plainly and said that I believe this shouldn't be a problem in interfering with marriage, interfering with family. Welfare reform is designed to help single mothers come back to the workforce and for the time being be the breadwinners for their families. I know that's not the traditional norms that some people prefer, but being on the dole alone is not the answer for these women. They deserve to be able to find work with dignity. Do you think Hillary supports welfare reform? Yes, Hillary and I have spoken about this yesterday in advance, and she has told me whatever it takes, Bill. Get welfare reform passed ASAP. And I intend to. Next. Ed Klein of the Idaho Falls Journal. My question to you is this. What is the latest regarding the battle of the budget? And what are you intending to do about it? Well, give me a second to check my policy notes. Now that you're asking me, fine, I'll tell you. So far, what we're having, and this is from Congressman Bill Hume, he is staging a sit-out against any further deliberations in the House. This will be some of the heaviest fighting of this budget battle to this point. You might as well call it Black Thursday on this economy. Because Tuesday, because they wouldn't do anything about it. The economy tumbled toward the end of the market. And this is unacceptable. This is Bush-era politics. And I won't have it on either political perspective. Republican, Democrat, Libertarian. We have 76% for aid for small business. 75% that want welfare reform. This is what the American people want. And if you ask me, Congress is negligent. It's negligent. When Hume can take 127 members, 127 of them, 72 of them Republicans, to back down. This is unacceptable, and I intend to do something about it by the time I get back. We have to be decisive in this end. Needless to say, I spoke to Newt Gingrich about this yesterday. He said that what's going to happen is he's not going to tolerate it. The 70% of Americans that support the small business jobs protection package, how many people in the Senate say that they'll vote for it? Well, seeing as I'm not in the pulse of Washington, I cannot say or speak of how many senators. Can we have a little order in here, please? What I will say is this. These are protections, and the Senate must pass it. If not, I will make an executive order, and it'll make Republicans look bad in the election of 1996. Needless to say, the economy is something I care about. We can't have any more bad mistakes just because Congress can't play ball. Yes. Walter Edward Considine from CBNC Radio My question to you, Mr. President, is this. How are you going to handle this issue with this Middle East peace crisis, and why some people aren't playing ball? Well, it's like I said. Just like Congress, the bureaucracy doesn't always want to play ball either. I leaned hard on Warren Christopher this morning, and I told him I did not want any more foreign policy investment. Any more poor foreign policy decisions. Are you thinking about replacing Warren Christopher? He may stay on. I want to make that decision till a little bit closer to the election, if you don't mind. Next question.
Evelyn Kratz of the Jackson Baptist Journal. My question to you today is this, Mr. President. Can you prove in this 96-11 election that you have a strong moral character?
I no doubt can. I was raised by a strong Baptist grandfather and grandmother. My grandmother was stern. She required excellence of me in everything I did, from table etiquette to learning my character. Education was important to her.
But your upbringing in Hot Springs.
Mother took me to church as often as she could, as occasion could permit. Needless to say, a lot of the character education I had was from my grandparents. All right, we got time for 5 more questions. Edward Chesterfield of the Idaho Falls WCBE. My question to you is this, Mr. President. How do you plan on courting evangelicals in this? I took an oath on the Bible. That should be good enough to protect the Constitution. I've made some policy decisions that are to the right of most people. That should be enough to win them over. Now, here's one question. Working families in Idaho are concerned about some of the economy issues that you have been skirting past, say, in 93 and 94 and 95 and somewhat in 96. What do you intend to do about it? Let me suffice by saying that my domestic policy team is working on it. Yes. Edward Coverdale of the Society Page Radio, CBNC. My question to you, Mr. President, is this. Do you still maintain that the Paula Jones lawsuit is distracting you from your presidential duties? Yes, it is. And I still maintain that lawsuit is frivolous. And you don't believe the Tales of Lucy Strahan's article in the Star. Once again, cash for trash. She was part of my gubernatorial staff, briefly. If she believes I harassed Paula Jones, then she's mistaken. So, one more question, Mr. President. Lucy Strahan and another, a Bush appointee who came to Arkansas, declined to comment. Therefore, do you still deny that you sexually harassed Paula Jones? Let me explain it to you one more time. I hope this is the last for a while. I did not ever sexually harassed Paula Jones, and I never asked anybody to lie. These allegations are false, and I need to get back to work for the American people. Thank you. Stay tuned next time for another Bill Clinton parody. The next White House really is going to be, the 23rd is on a Friday, and no, I'm not gonna take up a Friday show when I promised we're not gonna talk about politics on Friday. No. What will happen is on Saturday, I will have a radio address of some sort with a special co-host that I impersonate. So there we go. Guys, I'm telling you now, those were simpler times. I did not like very many of Bill Clinton's policies. There were quite a few that actually, after doing research, especially for my fictional political podcast, that I actually do admire. But a lot of them, I didn't. That's just the truth. See, that's what I say. Be proactively informed. Okay? Don't just believe everything that the news media on either side will tell you. Be proactively informed. Hope you enjoy listening to the James A. Hendricks School of Leadership. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of the James A. Hendricks School of Leadership classroom. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, please keep up your faith. Please keep up your hope. I say this every day when I need to self-soothe. Jesus saves and I'm okay. So I want you to put this down in your soul right now, please. Right now. Remember this. Jesus saves and we're all going to be okay. Take care and be proactively informed. God bless you. Remember this. From the bottom of my heart, Jimmy loves you. I really love you. God bless you. And please have a blessed day.